YouTube, how's it going? This is KShy22 here, and basically what we're doing today is creating a advanced login form, and we're going to do some registering too. So go ahead and we're going to need two buttons. Everything right here that you're about to see, everything right here is what you're going to need, okay? So to do this, you may not want the register button or the register form. So you may not want to put it on there. So you're going to want to create another form and rename it to whatever. I'm going to rename it to register. And on this, you're basically just going to have two text boxes and a button. You're going to rename the button to register. I'm going to actually rename mine to register and leave. So that way it closes the form after I am done. By the way, I'm not making this fancy, just so you guys know. And we're going to do text. We're going to use the IO system to make this really nice for us. So for this register form, we're going to make it so it actually writes some code for us. So this code will be in the description for you guys. And for this, what you're going to do is, okay, so I took a look at this, and this is going to work. So what we're going to do is do application dot startup path, and we're going to put a slash. And I forget if it's a forward slash or a backward slash. I should honestly know. Okay, it's a backward slash. Backward slash. And text box 1 dot text. So if basically if we're going to create our username into a file, a text file. And if it's not there, then it's not there, and it'll create it. If it is there, it won't be able to create that text file. You know what? We're going to make it work. We're going to make it so it deletes the file. So if the system.io file does exist, we're going to make it delete that file. Okay, then what we can do is have it go on with the code, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to have it write line, and it's going to write text box 1 as the username. Then we're going to have it write another line as text box 2 as the password. Now none of this is going to be encrypted, but for a basic programmer or a basic program, this is going to be really all you need. So it's going to write to the same place as this. I'm trying to keep this really like bare minimum for you guys, so it's not that hard to understand. If you have any questions, you can always comment. And then you can copy and paste this and put it right there. So now what this is saying is, if the file path exists, so if this file path does exist, what it's going to do is it's going to delete that file in the file path. And then it's going to write on that file path, and it's going to give that file path the name of whatever the username is. And then it's going to write that line. The first line in the text will be the username, and the second line will be the password. That's when you open the text file. And then, but if that file path does not exist, it's going to write the line, and it's going to name the file to the username. And the first line when you open it will be the username. The second line will be the password. Okay, so just very quickly, I filled that all in for you, just so that way you guys don't get confused when you're writing the code. It'll probably help you guys. Then I said after it's done, I want it to be able to close like the form. So we're going to do register dot close. Right above it we want me dot close. We're going to want form 1 to show. And actually when we hit register we want me.hide. Just so that way it's going to keep things clean. And now for the login part, we're going to want a object reader. So what we're actually going to want is 2 labels. Now we're not going to want to be able to see these labels. This is just, I'm really keeping it as clean as I can for you guys. You know what, I don't want labels there because security issues. I don't want you guys to have to worry about security. Just go ahead and hit dim. What we're going to do is create 2 statements, and we're going to create a username. I'm going to make it 001 just in case, just stay clear of problems, as string equals nothing. We're going to do dim password 001 as string equals nothing. So now we have our 2 things that we really need. Under the login button, we're going to have a new IO reader. And we remember this file path that we used before, and that's really all we're doing. Is just we're going to use that same file path. Paste that right in there, and paste that right in there. So basically, if the username, if it can find the username and the startup file path, it's going to open that file and see if the passwords match. So now it's going to see if now we need to make it check how things are going to line up. So this is the code that we need, and what we need to do here is we don't want them to know that the file doesn't exist. So we're just going to say username or password is incorrect. Really, we know that the username is wrong at this point. Then we're going to make another if statement. And we're going to say if textbox1 dot text equals username 001, then if textbox2.text equals password 001, then we're going to have it show form2, form2.show. And what we really want to happen is we don't even want this else statement. We want this to be pasted right underneath the end if. We can delete the else statement. And we can do a end of script and a jump. End of script. And go to end of script. So basically, if any of this fails, it's going to jump to this. But if this all works out, it's going to jump over this and go to the end of the script. And that's how it's going to work. We can go ahead and play this out. So first we know we need to register. Sorry. I forgot to make it so register shows. Register.show. Now this will work. So now we can register. I want the username. I don't want to do subscribe anymore. I'll do Corey, and I'll do 1, 2, 3. Register and leave. So quickly it writes that fast. And now I know this will not work. Username and password is incorrect. If I do Corey and 1, 2, 3, I log in successfully. So that is a great way to keep it so your passwords and usernames are not stored inside the application. It is actually on your drive. So that's the advanced way to create a login, you guys. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.